Mm. The network hasn't been nice to anybody. That's Niger issue. What do you want to do now? Okay, so let me add yonder. Yonder. Mm.
Good. Can you hear me?
I can't
Okay,
know.
good.
We
Good.
can't find
Good.
the one. The one's network just cut off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I really don't know what's going on
Um,
today.
well, I think it's the network has been somehow for this in my area. So
Hmm.
I've just been for stuff I'm doing online. I've just been moving from one, just switching between lines and everything. So
Hmm. No,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
So
Mm. All right. So I was telling the one. Oh, let me see if I can add him again.
so just pass the granite you are eating to me. Oh.
It's not groundnut. It's ginger nut.
So you don't have, which one is ginger nut again, right?
Eh?
Which one is ginger nut?
Ah, this ginger nut biscuit. It's biscuit, yeah.
Okay, it's a okay. It's ginger nut. All is well.
Amen. Okay, so I was telling the one that because of some issues, everybody goes through something, one thing or the other. So, or maybe I should not just use myself as an example. I can use an hypothetical situation. An hypothetical situation that, in the case that a female has actually suffered in the hands of males, probably heartbreak, whatever, disappointment, childhood abuse and all. That thing, because some of them are some of the things that I went through, and I didn't know that it actually was stirring up to a point that even when I felt like, okay, yes, I'm healed, or because Jesus said we are healed, it's in the Bible, we are healed, blah blah blah. There's this something that still is just there, like
Just defensive.
it's not even being defensive. It's like I want to make you suffer, even if you're not the guy. You're not the guy that offended me, right? But that thing is just there, like I didn't know. I just caught myself thinking that way one day, and I was like, "Hold up, what's really going on with me? Why do I have to be unfair to this person?" No, so I didn't like. So is that something like misandry? Is that it?
Now, um, if I was going to talk about misandry, my definition for it was going to be human wickedness validated in you are validating the wickedness you have inside you. You are validating it with the fact that you want to make women free. You are validating your wickedness and hiding it inside the emancipation of women.
Oh, that's another way to look at it.
You understand? So, because for every injustice, for every issue we have on earth, problems are neither human or men. Problems are problems. So it's, we've seen women molesting women molesting men molesting men molesting women.
Exactly.
So It has little or nothing to do with gender. So it is just wickedness validating itself in gender inequality.
That kind of
You
thing.
understand? So it has gender or no gender. If you give birth to 3, 4, 5, even 2 children, they will never be the same.
Mm.
So how much more gender? You understand? Give birth to twins. You will see that one of them will be outspoken more than the other. One of them will take up leadership role more than the other. One of them will be more of a follower, will serve well as a follower than the other. Even brothers,
Mm-hmm.
they will never. You understand? So why would you use the fact that I didn't choose to be a man, then I entered into a society to be a man. The society defined what a man is. Now I've decided to be responsible. Now you are punishing me for that. You understand?
That's
So
deep. Oh. How can you break it down?
yes, now that's what
How?
misandry. Misandry is practically against men. That's a simple word. You understand? Now I'm a man. I
Mm.
didn't choose. I didn't define what it means to be a man. I
Yeah.
came to this world to find out what it means to be a man. And, and now I'm wanting to be that which I didn't define, which I didn't create, which I didn't choose to be. Now somebody, because of one or two things that has happened, is now flogging me over it.
Hmm.
That's just it. So that's why I said it's a level of wickedness that is validating itself with gender imbalance, with gender inequality, with the fact that the two genders are not the same. You understand? So the evil in this world is neither male or female. So what
Evil
happened is
is
that
evil.
evil is evil. You understand? So misandry is the one that has now validated itself in the fact that the two genders are not the same. So I can tell you for fact that the same evil that is behind misandry, it is the same evil that is making women fight against women. Because
Okay. Now I see.
I can tell you, for true that the greatest issue that women are facing is not from man, it's actually from women.
Okay.
Now let me give you an instance. One of the issue, one of the wahala that men will find ourselves is trying to find a balance between the wife and your mother.
Hmm.
You know, sometimes when even if you are married, you find that there is already an ideological war of who is more important between your mother and your wife.
And your wife. Wow.
Today, even in church, is a problem. The mother is claiming he is my son. I gave back to him. I made him who he is. Let no woman now come not to blah 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 blah. Now the wife says, I am taking up responsibility over this guy. He has to take. He has to. I have to be his priority, which is true. The
Hmm.
mother wants to be the priority of the son. The wife wants to be the priority of that son. Now they begin to fight. They put the guy in the middle.
Wow.
And I will tell you, it is the same evil that is behind misandry, is the same evil. Sure you get.
Yeah.
So every form of evil, every form of wahala is just, sorry, I will go a bit scriptural, is traced back to the human nature.
Just be yourself.
So,
Be yourself. It's a conversation. It's
you
not.
understand? So it's just human nature, it's just the human diversion from the godly nature that we have seemed to now want to forget the God side and now start using human ideas. You understand? So it's like afẹ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi ọmọ rẹ̀ bọ́ rẹ̀.
I didn't get
Do
that.
you get what I'm saying? This thing
No,
correct.
I don't understand the Omar part.
In Yoruba, a máa sọ pé àti fọmọ rẹ̀ bọ́ rẹ̀. It
Uh,
means you don't use the son of an occultic person as a
no
sacrifice to the god.
ritual. Okay.
You understand? So We are trying to use fleshy tactics to tackle fleshy problems.
Can we put a stop to the background noise? Somebody is like maybe drumming or so.
I don't know. Okay, some guys playing music outside. It's
Wow.
because I need the brightness to make my face show.
Wow.
I hope I'm still balanced on the camera.
You are. It's just this. The sound is actually not. It's just making. It's all. You get.
Don't mind our Niger.
We
A minute.
understand. Oh yeah. Wow. It's- Okay, so the camera is no more on you.
Now,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So the issue is there's big issue with human beings all over the world. So
Definitely.
we want to use human wisdom. We are trying to use human wisdom to solve a fundamental problem that even this human wisdom landed us into. The selfish nature of man landed you in a problem. You now want to use that same selfish nature to solve
To
it.
solve it.
Do you understand? So it's in a bid to use the selfish nature to solve it that you now begin to see even things like feminism that are now generated into misandry, and everything. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So one thing we need to come to terms with is that there's a level of evil in this world. There's there's a substantial amount of evil in the human nature.
Hmm.
And you cannot use human tactics to solve it. There's something other than the human self that would address it. You
Hmm.
understand? And it's just as simple as that. You understand? So, and things of the flesh are so tricky. They are so tricky that they come multifaceted. They come in different form. If you if I didn't find the root source, I wouldn't say it's the basic evil in man.
Hmm.
If you don't really find a force that is beyond man, you wouldn't know it's just a particular level of evil. And even the Bible establishes it. It says
Hmm.
the heart of desperately
It's
wicked.
desperately
No
wicked, isn't it?
man can know it.
Hmm.
You understand? Misandry is man trying to use human tactics to fight what is beyond. You
So it's
understand? So
actually the general evil. It's not like because
it
there's an evil targeted at women too, right?
exactly.
So we should
So
not be gender biased as regards that topic.
evil is evil. Whether male, whether evil is never male or female. It is when it enters into the being. It is when it tricks it. It is when it manipulates the being that it now finds its way to using that person's peculiar nature to fire at another person.
So it
And you
doesn't
know,
have to necessarily be towards a male or a female. It's anybody.
if
Like
anybody, I've I've been hurt by men, I've been hurt by
us by
women.
female. Wow.
You understand?
You've been very deep, skinny.
You understand? It will take a deep life for any woman to tell me you've not been hurt by another woman. You will have to lie about that. You understand? So
Well, we don't
if
know.
uh, is that possible? Let's be realistic.
It
TJ,
depends on the level of art.
well, hot is hot.
Ah, yonder art get level. Oh.
Okay, what makes hot at level? For me, I will believe the level of closeness with whoever hurt you.
Closeness,
There's a
expectation.
You understand? Okay, when you are caught in the back, what pains you most is not the cut, is whoever cuts you. Is the person who could actually do that. And often times is always a friend.
Yeah,
You have
right.
You get, you understand? You could be
Exactly.
close to a guy. You understand? So what evil aim at? I don't want to use the word Satan or devil. You understand? So I realize that the word devil puts an unrealistic being in our head other than the thing we really need to address. You understand? When you say devil, yes, it might be the personality behind it. But when you say evil, when you mention the word evil, you know a faceless being, a shapeless being that actually has been given so much power and is doing enough to actually get
Rain.
at, you understand? Not just the devil, evil itself is faceless, is shapeless, is it's a being. But when you say the devil, you can actually easily put a being like like say a human being. But now it's a being, but not human being per se. So
Is
somehow,
okay. I think I get where you're coming from.
so
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
So what do you think? What do you okay, so that's why you said that it doesn't require a human approach. It requires something much more. But you know, it's not everybody that has the number one, it's not everybody that believes that there is something other than human.
Yes, yes, I know, and that's true. It would be unrealistic for me to displace people who don't believe the existence of
And some
a
people that
particular.
even believe in the existence of the existence of okay, there's a higher power. Some of them self they get the evil in their ass.
And now I understand. There's a particular school of thought that says, well, there might be and there's most likely a being that has created the world, and but it's not involved in every of this bullshit we are getting ourselves involved in. That is not
Eh,
interested is existing on its own. And for all the big grammars I'm saying, see, they believe he doesn't even know about it. He has not created religion. He only gave us brains. Yes, to a large extent.
that's a
Yes,
philosophy.
you
Ah,
understand. You don't know. Have you
no,
heard of
I did. Eh?
agnosticism?
Hey,
Agnost.
what's that?
Okay, agnosticism is a school of thought that tells you that they may have been God or not, and even yes, we know that the word did not just come into being, but the God that created the world did not give us religion. He only gave men brain so that men can solve their own problems.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Reasonable, but is that true?
Hey, but did God actually give us religion, as the
Maybe,
word implies?
maybe not.
Or it just because religion is a big word. It's very ambiguous. I
You
I I,
understand? So
I will say
and that is the and that is the and that is the problem, the ambiguity of religion. You understand?
yeah.
And the reason why I think religious comes ambiguous is because religion is grand. When things are grand, there's there's every tendency to have a lot of ambiguities in it. You understand? For
What
instance,
do you
now,
mean by grand? Okay.
okay, grand. Okay, I'm borrowing that word from something international relations that
Oh,
in
okay.
wait, let me just give you simple definition now. Okay, in when we talk about theories, we have grand theories, we have partial theories. Now, grand theories are basically to this realism and idealism. In realism, it is believed, yes, in realism, it is believed that all men are self are self-interested.
Hmm.
You know, all men fight for themselves, which is one of the things that is going on in the world today. You realize that states, which are countries, are basically interested in their own interest. You understand? The US, even if it is claiming that is the police of the world and what world wants the world peace, is also interested in its own national interest, which is self-interest. That's
Hmm.
realism. Idealism, on the other part, says all human beings are intrinsically good, that we all want peace. Can you
Hmm.
see you can see that both sides has its own ambiguity. So I
Yes.
believe it applies to religion. You understand?
Okay.
Do you get? That's why I'm telling you it is grand. It is very,
Grand
very broad.
theory. You see? Okay. I get now.
You
And it's
understand? So
true.
it is so,
You're right, actually. You're right.
you understand? So concept of religion is very, very grand, and somehow it will be very unrealistic to tell you that God didn't give us religion. Because how you will know is this. Even guys who believe that God did not give us religion believe we share a lot in common with God, especially as intellect. It is believed that if there's somebody that created the world, he must have been very, very intelligent, and
Mm.
men share from that. Now, as intelligent as men is, one of the things that are giving us problem is relationship.
Hmm.
We want relationship. No matter how intelligent you are, you want to relate. You don't want to stay alone.
At all. Everyone wants to. Exactly. Yeah.
One of the things that Christianity makes you realize is that God wants a relationship with you. So no matter how intelligent you
Hmm.
are, you have to have somebody, you want to have somebody to relate with. And one thing Christianity touches on, even most religion in the world, they are interested in your relationship with that being. So can
Okay.
we then say that God that we share a lot of similarities with would
Yeah.
not want to have a relationship with the things he created?
It
Can we then say
created.
so?
Hmm. Okay.
Can
I
we
think.
say so? We can't say that God doesn't want to relate with men. And the word religion, actually the first REL lead us to the word relationship. The way we relate with the one.
You are Raymond. Oh yeah. Papa. I didn't see that coming. No, I didn't expect that.
Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me.
So,
So,
eh? Wow.
so the truth is, well, religion is grand. A lot of things have gone wrong, but the truth is, we would still need to relate. The idea of relationship, even
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
relation, you understand? And I've even found that even a lot of guys who claim atheism, agnosticism, when it comes to this relationship part, they do not have one or two things to say, because relationship is such a thing that is beyond logic.
It's crazy.
Understand? So every of the problems we are trying to address today, they fight that particular thing called relationship. They are fighting relationship. They don't want you to get it right, because with
Mm.
relationship agreement you can do and undo. In relationship is business. In relationship is fulfillment. Forget I'll find fulfillment in myself. It gets to a level you know you can't be fulfilled alone. I'm not even
Okay,
talking
this is
marital.
another theory. Oh.
No, I'm not even talking maritals. I'm not even talking maritals.
Mm.
Leave marital. You understand? I've seen single people that are fulfilled, but you just realize that they just have to share this fulfillment with some other people. You can't do it alone. It can
Mm.
never be. You can't. I am a musician. I realized the level of fulfillment I found in my music has been more when I had a team than when I was doing things alone.
Mm. Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
So this problem wants to patch your relationship. Misandry wants to fight your relationship with fellow men like you, fellow human beings like you. You understand? So if you realize that this is just a normal human evil that will take something beyond the human realm, I believe we will have solutions to it and we'll be able to relate with each other, because what it fights is relationship. And in relationship, you find fulfillment. In relationship, you can attain a higher level of excellence in life that you don't have before. Yes.
Ah, wow, wow, woo.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that's actually this is another angle. And I
Yes.
didn't expect that, and that's like really deep. And I think it has even answered a lot of people's questions, like because I'm sure people have, people are struggling, but sometimes they just don't know how to even define what they are. The question inside of them, they don't have words for what they are feeling. I don't know if you get me. And so from
Yes.
and because this live, I'm going to save it. And for someone that is just checking through YouTube or Instagram, and then it's just listening, and then he's like, oh, okay, I think because this same thing you said actually came to my mind earlier today. Like, why is it that okay, even though we are like, okay, we have everything we want, like you're successful and everything, you're fine, you're this, you're like, maybe you set the target, you meet it, you set the goal, you meet it, you still want you still want to relate.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm proud by God's grace. I've been so fulfilled in a lot of things I do. I'll go and perform in places. People will come to me. But my wife telling me when we were coming back, it was in the bus, public bus. I had to take public bus today. That my wife, after holding me, now said, more anointing, more grace. I love what you did today. The sound
Hmm,
was bad. What you do. God, nobody on earth will give me that.
hmm.
It's priceless.
Wow, wow, woo.
Yeah, so it is
Hmm.
just it. It is intangible. Even you get to realize that the people who have the best of money on earth are not fulfilled because the relationships that would actually say something that is invaluable other than money is not there. The rich men are having the divorces.
Hmm.
They have money.
That
They
money,
have,
oh, ah.
they have all the cars. They have all the cars. The cars that some of us are praying to God to have. Some of these people have it. Do you get? Um, the houses,
They are
their dream.
achievers, yeah, exactly. They are achievers at its peak.
You realize that the part of them that says, I've done it for a part of me that I know, even if I'm done with life right now, it's not there. It is not there. It is not there. It means the greatest asset, the greatest things that validate your fulfillment in life after yourself is the relationships around you.
Wow, true.
Yeah, it is. Why do you realize that a woman, having been the greatest CEO in the world, if she doesn't hear her husband validate her, there's problem, no matter how much she's making.
100% problem. A lot of problem.
Do you get? See, even men, no matter how much they achieve, meet pastors, they will tell you, what my wife tells me in the corner of my room is important than what everybody say. Is the truth. Because that is one thing God creates in us that makes us like Him, not just in our brains. It is the fact that we want to relate.
Hmm.
Worship is part of God that He wants to get from us, and it's one thing He also wants to get from other people. Now,
Koinonia.
Kablada, Agatu Alianda. You understand? So, any of these human problems fights, they are fighting relationship because it's like the most delicate aspect of man. Some
Hmm.
preachers tell you, if the devil wants to get you, he either attacks you with your career, either attacks you from your friends, or attacks you from your wife.
Hmm.
Because those things enter your heart. Either you are a man or a
Or a
woman.
woman
It is not gender based, it is human.
is
And
human.
it is because that is what affects God. Okay, why would the devil get so get at God so much that God had to pursue him from heaven?
Hmm. Ah, 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 ah.
because the devil, the morning star, had a relationship that was more
Was
important to God
deep.
than the of the archangels, then why is the devil against men on earth? Because men would have a relationship with God that he never had. Because God would be validated by the worship that men, mortal men, would give to him.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Relationship.
Hmm.
You so it means the people you hold in high esteem, the people that are close to you, they do a lot. So it is
Hmm.
men or woman. So please let's move. We can go on. Let's move on to the question so that we can answer questions. Jerry. We can go on and on and on and on.
Yonder, you are deep, oh, you are loaded. We can't even find. I guess Jumon is on his way. No, for real. Like, I'm serious. This is like I love the fact that, of course, it's less talk masculinity, but we have to be sincere with ourselves. Who was the person telling me that they should go and put 100 males in one village and leave them there? Only males, that the world, that place will destroy. There was somebody that told me, I can't remember, someone told me recently, I go and lock just only males there, just put them there. It won't just say in the village. Like, we need one another.
As in,
It's
that's just it. That's just it. Man needs God, God needs man, man needs man, and man needs man. You understand? So,
man needs
men,
man,
women need
man
men.
needs woman, woman needs
Yes, ma'am. So when I said man is man, the man in
man.
my own is either male or
It's
female.
mankind.
Do you get? We just need so most of these ideas cropping up, misogyny, misandry, even
Whatever
for
are
me,
the limits.
we are just creating another face to a problem, and we are just so. Can we just address the basic issue? Can we just live?
Mm.
Can we just be human enough to accept each other? Can we just celebrate the fact that this person is not me, but in your luna, in your knee, in your knee, in your leni no, abi, your ball, and you now realize because we don't want to accept each other, we would rather go low.
Go low. How?
Yes, yes, people are going low. It's the truth.
Which
So you
one is low?
let
Which
me give
one?
you an instance. Let
Eh?
me give you an instance. You saw the woman. You saw the woman, the one with big bum, small bum, big breast, small breast. You not see any of them. Or men with beard, the one without beard. You not see any of them to marry. You go and carry cat and marry.
Wait.
Dog, dog. Is that not going low?
Yeah, yeah. Good.
Men with beard, men with chest. Well, I don't have chest. My own is chest. My own is chest, not chest. You leave me.
Oh my god.
I fight. You say I'm not fine enough. Sword. Sword.
Oh my god. These are
Accept the next man because you don't want to come to the terms with the fact that this person is also human being. You will rather go and marry an animal. Agatu alianda spider.
oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
Ah. Is it not low? Is it not low? Is it not low?
It's low. They are going from one species to another. There's one generic.
Do you get? And it is believed that of all things that God created, men rule. I don't know. Men rule. And the reason why we rule is not because of physicals. It's because of this thing. It's because of this. It's because of the brain. It's because of the mind.
The soul.
So you now realm because you are not thinking. You've now got. It's like counter reactive.
Mm.
You go like counter, like reactive. I don't. You get.
I
It's
guess.
you now left of being
Oh,
human. You now went to animal. Oh God. Oh Lord. People marrying wood. People marrying sticks.
is that really? I've not seen the stick and the wood, sha, but the
Exactly.
that one is obsession. No. I don't think that one is not mentally okay.
So we are embracing a lower life. We are telling the one who created us, we are telling nature, if nature is the word, that we are not fit to be humans, that God has been stupid. The intelligent being that you claim may have created God outside religion is stupid enough to have created you to be human to relate with other humans.
Mm.
Do you get can you see the thought pattern? Can you see that this
It's
thing is
like
not
some people are getting it wrong somewhere, or let's say a lot
ah
of people.
sure you get so all is well. I shall know relationship is one thing that we can't work out from.
That's
You
the
can't
one
work
thing.
out. You
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah.
So
Like we all need one another. Thank you so much. Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so let's the second one. Ah, God, we are just in number two, oh, but I'm sure we should be able to touch almost everything. Uh, so okay, let me read the four out so you can pick anyone. We have trauma, we have heartbreaks, we have hypergamy, and it was the one that mentioned hypergamy and marriage and manipulation. Now there was this when I was planning this live, someone actually sent me a book called The Manipulated Man. I don't know if you've heard about that book before. And so the guy just told me that the person just told me that you know what, just make sure you go through it. You don't have just pick anything you can pick from me before you go about this program. So I said, okay, there are a lot of books I have, but I'm just going to, just scale through and just see which one, what I can actually, pick. So from what I saw in that book, it was written by a psychologist, a female psychologist, that a hypothesis, or let me say a submission total conclusion is the fact that the society has made it look like marriage should be done, like marriage favors this is our own, of course I don't really, it depends on our own point of view, that like marriage is a measure, a way of manipulating the men in the society into being committed and into enjoying the privileges of being of a woman. I don't know if you get that thought process. And also, and she said a lot of things, and then but one of the striking things that that surprised me the most was the fact that she divorced her husband, and she said, she now made a statement. She said she's not, her relationship with her husband has not ended, but she has ended her relationship with marriage as an institution. So what do you have to say to that?
Well, let me say this. Unrestrained freedom, freedom that knows no bound, that has no boundaries, is a great chain.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah. How
yes,
now?
okay. A freedom that actually knows no boundaries, that you don't have things that caution you, will actually land you in chains, because the laws that govern the heart don't care whether you are human or not. Okay,
Hmm.
let me give you an instance. If you leave a child that does not know fire is fire and
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
put, because that child is free, will he burn the child or not?
It's real low.
Because when God said the word, whether
Yeah.
you are human, if you fly up, if nothing is holding you up, you will come down and most likely you lose your life in that process.
Yes. Yes.
You understand? So one of the things that brings this idea is when people want to get to a level of freedom and they don't want to have any They want to be really free, and they want a freedom that knows no bound. Let me tell you, a freedom that has no boundaries is chain. It is boundary. It is bondage. Now, even from our conclusions, can you see a free woman or a bound woman, even though she wants to be free?
I really don't understand. Because it was looking like she was contradicting herself.
That is the bondage now. Okay. Is that not bondage? That's bondage. That's bondage. You understand? There should be a form of system, because there should be a form of system to curtail men. Because if I'm not committed to my wife, I'm free to bang any girl, and we are trying to curb evil in this world. Yeah. So, like me now, I had a lot of ladies around me in the university. I should have gone 2, 3, 4 Netri and King Command that anywhere. You get? You are now telling me that the fact I've decided to be committed and disciplined means I'm manipulated. Hey, hold your definition. I have a right to.
Okay,
Do you get?
I need to clap at this point. I love it. I love it.
The truth is, some of us, I know some men took things up manipulatedly. It is true to a large extent. Some people, but for some of us, we knew what we were getting into. I knew I had yes. I knew I had the right. I have every right to sleep with any guy I want. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is the freedom I have. So as I feel, when I see a girl that has big breasts today, I want to caress it. When I see the one that has big bum bum tomorrow, I want to touch it. You understand? I want to put my dick here and there. That is freedom. You understand? You don't no realistic. This yes, I want to. But now, for discipline's sake, for sanity's sake, let me repeat myself and put myself in a system that God Himself created called marriage, and make my eyes single. Now it gives me self-control. 2, it makes me focus on things that will make me even more successful in life. 3, it makes me create a functional family and put my attention on my wife and kids. It seems like I'm bound, but it is a boundary that I know what I've gotten myself in. I'm not manipulated. Who told you I don't see things? I'm not. A manipulated man does not know, but now I know. I know. So you can't tell me I'm manipulated in that regard. You can't. Because I know. Yes, I know some men do not know. Yes, it's the truth. Some men, by the time you ask, even men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, you realize that they did not even know what they got themselves into in the last 40, 30 years. You realize some people don't. You understand? I guess that is what has informed that to come up with this conclusion. You understand? The truth is, a lot of people, even in marriage, do not know what they have gotten themselves into.
Wow.
But some of us know. And we intentionally have decided to live a systematic life, having known the odds, having known what we are going to gain, what we are going to lose in the process. You sit down on your table, look at your variables with the brains that God has given you, and with something in Christianity we say information guided by revelation.
Okay.
Yes. You have revelation and you have information. The facts, you carry those facts and launch them on the revelation you have by God's work. Okay, this is what I know about this person. This is what I know. Now, you carry sentiment and emotion, will drop them apart. You understand? You have the facts. Okay, this is the information I have. This is the revelation God has given to me. So how do I put them together? Where does this come in? What sit down? What joke by? What to table here? You understand? What joke on it? Using your brains. You have your brains. Yes, the brains are gifts from God. Even Christianity supports that. You understand? You have what you have from God. You have seen the facts. Okay. And understanding time. You know, there's time. There are some things that will not work again at some point in your life. You know, okay, There's time. Okay, according to timing, this should be. So that way you begin to know. So some men, a lot of men did not know this. Some people were just matured. They were matured for wedding, not even for marriage.
Hmm.
Because I was in a marriage seminar today. The man gave us 3 levels of maturity that we need, which is true. Yes, you are matured for wedding, you are matured for marriage, and you are
Hmm.
matured in marriage.
Wow.
He said maturity in marriage is not one of. It is till death do you part. You have to continually learn. And you realize that some men, even in 60s, 70s, they were only matured for wedding. Some of them not even matured for marriage. Not to even to talk of matured in marriage. You know,
Hmm.
you get. So I guess those were the information that some of us we knew because we were in God. We tried to see what was going on outside. We said no. Yes, we
It will
saw.
not pay you. So I'm not interested in the outside life. Let me just settle down.
I know the odds, I know the variables on my table, and I decided to choose what I chose. So you can't tell me I was manipulated. It is not for you to decide. You can't tell me. It's my,
Yeah, like exactly. I guess and then she wrote it. She wrote that book, I think, in the 1800s. So
yeah.
I think that
I think I have a little. I think I've heard of that book before, and I read some
yeah,
parts. By the time I got to the third page, I'm just like, this will mess with my head, and I just like, no, no.
exactly. It will, like, because you have to guide your heart without diligence.
You understand?
And
So
exactly. And do one let's see your face, so it's the leg we are seeing. So I think because I had to actually kind of struggle to read some parts because I just wanted to, because this program is not a religious program. Do you get? It's for everybody. So it's not everybody that actually knows how to. It's not. Firstly, it's not even everybody that knows that God can speak to you. Not everybody believes that God speaks to you. Not everybody. You get. It's like you can't say, like, for example, now maybe if I'm a nun and I say God said, somebody I don't believe I might believe, but if I'm dressed like this now and I go to someone and I say God said, the person might look at me like, eh?
pẹ̀lú irun àjàkólokòló that you put in your head that is around here.
You get that kind of thing. So basically, so I guess, but another thing I noticed is that I noticed that whether you believe in God or not, do you feel like spirituality is a factor for a happy marriage? Because I have seen, I don't know, I've heard of unbelievers that have had actually like good marriages, or let me say happy marriages. When I say unbelievers, I mean people that don't believe in whether Christianity or Islam. They're not just religious people. They're not just.
Now
They
let
are
me say
just
this.
neutral.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Hardly have I seen an unbeliever that doesn't believe in something spiritual. They may not tell you. They may not
Okay.
tell you. Hardly have I seen an unbeliever. You will not know at first. It is when you get close, you realize that there's something spiritual about them. Even guys from the West. Let me give you an instance. There's a guy called Steve Vai. Steve Vai doesn't believe in any religion. He's a Grammy Award guitarist.
Hmm.
Understand? If you're a musician and you play the guitar very well, you know Steve Vai. Steve Vai will tell you he doesn't believe in any religion, he doesn't believe in any prophet, he doesn't believe in any savior. You understand? Lo and behold, this guy has one of the best marriages. You
Wow.
understand? Now, here the flip part. He did a track back then in the 1988, 89 that won him his first Grammy. He titled the track Whispering a Prayer.
Okay.
It shock
So
you.
where did he shock me, or where did the prayer come from?
Can you see the insincerity of human beings? Now, I got to know 2 months ago that this same guy who doesn't believe that there is a God, who doesn't believe that there's a prophet, who doesn't believe that there's a Messiah, fasted for 7 days before recording the track.
What? So
When
what
I
was
had,
what was it fasting to?
God bless you. So, even when people tell you they don't believe in God, there are a lot of, I have a lot more about Steve I. If you listen to Steve I's track, if you listen to Whispering a Prayer, even though it's a secular track, what you will feel like doing is praying. I will send the YouTube link to you. When you listen to it, you will feel like praying. He doesn't drink, he does not smoke, he's a rock star. He has never been caught in any crime. He was
Wow.
been held by police for driving for exceeding speed limit. He lives a
Wow.
very good life, but he claims not to believe in any God.
Okay, I think I get it.
You get so even guys who claim there is no God, there's always one or two information that does not add up that they keep and don't expose to people. I've watched a lot of arguments of atheists. They get to points in arguments and you see them start to cry. They tell you this is a
Wow.
part that my logic has never been able to explain. At this point, I am no more interested. My logic cannot carry this. Oftentimes, did you
Mm.
get? So
Yeah.
I've come to see the insincerity of the nature, the evil nature of man that I was talking about the other time.
Yeah.
So I've never trust people who say they don't believe in God.
Mm.
Yes.
Because
Even
okay, I'm
so I've
listening.
no, okay. You say you don't believe in God, but you talk about the intuition of human that doesn't add things up and they begin to know things. What is informing
Like,
them?
yeah, because we cannot see the intuition. We cannot see intuition. It's not tangible.
If women have it, what adds it up? And you tell, do you get? So I think it's the insincerity of human beings coming to play. You tell me it doesn't exist, but you are using the tools. I've seen people who tell you they are atheists, they come to give prophecies of things that will happen in the next 2, 3, 4 years, and some of them come to pass.
Wow.
Yes, yes, they will tell you it's a prophecy that they just know that this is going to happen. They don't have any logic, and so most oftentimes it happens. Yes, yes.
Wow.
So I just come. So what I believe, let me just stick to my belief and enjoy my life. I'm already getting fulfilled with this, and this would.
As in
Yes.
no complexity, I beg.
Gbogbo àwọn Sam Leke Leprate and Stepper Stellars yẹn wo come and bá tiwọn.
What is
So
I'm looking at steppers tellers.
Sam Leke Leprate and Stepper Stellars.
What's that? Yes, that is so complex already.
You
Wow,
understand?
okay.
So
Yeah.
so I don't
It's like
come.
so can we is it safe to say that maybe they are just making up excuses for not wanting to be committed or being like human beings don't want to be caged.
Yes, that's the simple answer. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And when you are not caged, anarchy is inevitable. I know you know what anarchy is.
Oh God, I'm like you. Oh God, TJ, no, don't embarrass me on this side. I don't know.
Okay, anarchy is a state of ulabalu and ewulewu.
A state of mishap, disorder. Okay, a state of disorder due to absence or recognition of authority. Oh, no. So maybe caged is not the word. Let's say when you're not curbed or controlled, or let's say put under structure, because cage is a big word.
It's the same thing. What is a structure?
Not though, cage, like cage is a big word. Though.
Well, maybe. Okay, maybe let's use the word structure,
Yeah,
or use the word system.
yeah. Exactly. Like when there's no, exactly. And you
But
have a okay. So now let's now talk about this anarchy and what did you say now? When there's no structure. So let's now talk about it in relation to marriage. because it's actually part of, so of course we know that universally accepted in the Bible and everything, they say men are the head of the home and blah blah blah. But do you want to mention the fact that women now are becoming breadwinners? And then he mentioned, because he's not here, so maybe you have to just shed light on it. And hypergamy, saying that a man has to have a higher status, for him to marry. Like if you want to marry, you want to be with somebody, because not everybody is even marrying again now like this. If you want to be a partner with somebody, because right now, like in UK, we have civil partnership. It doesn't necessarily have to be marriage. Let me explain. Hey now.
Civil partnership. You want civil partnership.
Actually. That's what.
Okay.
That's
Let me
what.
Ask one question.
Okay.
Let me ask one question. Say that civil partnership, we have that thing inside it.
Well, of course, it has now. It has that thing. It's just. Oh, Lord.
You will be stopping the quality of your work.
They've been practicing it for a while now. They practice it in UK, US, Canada, maybe Australia too, I guess. Yes, Australia too. I think they.
Let's have civil partnership.
Okay, wait, no. Okay, let's be serious now.
Guys are crazy. Okay. Sorry. Interview mode.
But really, I'm enjoying this. You're really making this fun for me. You're not even making it look like I'm actually interviewing any interview, and I love it. But let me
explain. Please explain the civil partnership. I beg. The thing is doing me one kind.
Haven't you heard of it before?
Me, I'm a Nigerian.
It doesn't matter. Even Nigerians are doing civil partnership in abroad now. Like they will be partners. Wow. They will know that they are dating. Yeah, it's happening a lot. What is it?
Wow.
They don't know. Okay, for example, now, for me and Juwon now, we know that we've kind of been together. Not like we've lived together, but we've known each other for years and everything. And then, so let's say he needs to move to Lagos, and I'm in Lagos, and then he needs to move to UK, I'm in UK, and he's here, he doesn't have a house, I have a house, and then like we complement each other, and then we begin to date, we love each other and everything, but we are not ready to move to the next level, that is marriage. We can actually have a documentation that says that we are civil partners. We are not married. We are not.
But the government knows about you both, like.
Yes, it is recognized that we are partners, but we are not husband and wife. We are just civil partners. So that's it. That's in between dating. That's even in between courtship and marriage. That's what Oprah Winfrey is doing, and
with
Tyler Perry. Yeah. And Tyler Perry.
Now I get. So there is a level of documentation between Oprah Winfrey and that man.
I don't know whether there is a level of documentation, but they call themselves partners. We don't know that. We don't know about the documentation, but they call themselves partners. And according to the law here, it is a legal thing right now. You can be a partner with someone, but it doesn't necessarily mean you are married to the person. So the person has, to an extent, has some rights, but it might not just be the full right of marriage.
Okay. So when they want to now go their ways, is it break up or break slow?
Yeah, it's actually it's not divorce. It's just break up. It's just break up.
Hey. I don't even know where to start with this.
Another thing I want to say before you talk is, So my sister, I've not really researched this thing, but my sister says it a lot, and I know to some extent it might be true because I've done a little research on it, but not total like in-depth research about. So she said that she did a research of the happiest people in the world, the happiest countries in the world, and they're actually in Europe actually. So the happiest country is in between maybe Norway and Finland. We don't know yet. Maybe Norway, and I can't even remember where she read at that time. But there are like 10 countries, 10 happiest people in the world, and most of them are in Europe. And she found out that one of those countries, like the one that has the happiest, when she said when she did a research further down, and they found out that apart from the fact that the government provides a lot of things, for them, amenities and everything, one of the reasons why they stay happy and they're happy for that long is that nobody's under any pressure to get married. Like, you can be dating each other for life. You can get married at 60. No pressure. You can have kids for the person. And when you feel like you're mature and ready enough mentally and you are really, really ready, then you are ready to settle down. It doesn't mean anything. You can have kids for this person. It doesn't matter. And she said that that's actually one of the contributing factors to them being happy, because they feel like they are not under any pressure to just be in one place and everything. So what do you have to say?
Let me not lie. It makes some sense in the sense that the truth is the general conception of marriage, especially in this part of this world, has a lot of pressure, undue pressure. I remember telling you about some of them.
Yeah.
Pressure to give birth, pressure to provide, pressure to look. There's a way you should look like a married man. When some of us actually we prefer to live a life that is has some level of craziness to it and all that. So it makes sense to a large extent. And for me, let me not lie. From what you have said and all these clauses you give about the kinds of this civil partnership,
Yeah.
I think they could actually be operated even if you guys are married, provided you guys agree on it. It's just that society, the African society, will not agree with a lot. Sure, you get the African society, God, understand. But I've seen it. I've seen some people, regardless of the society, even around this area, they've been able to practice some of these things. Just between them, they don't give a bloody damn what anybody talks about. They are living their life. I know people who didn't want to give birth until 10 years of being together. So,
wow, that's deep.
yes, and they were able to achieve it. So everybody said things, and that's our agreement, and that's what they wanted to do. Even the Dr. Sheyi you were talking about, he's been married over 2 years, and I can tell you, even from his wife, he is not ready to give birth, and there's nothing you are saying. He is not ready, and the wife too is
Yeah,
not ready.
right. Like, because, like, just exactly. Like, I think because the pressure of you're a married woman, by this, that thing is enough. It drains life out of you. That's
Well,
what
I've
I
come to terms. I don't expect everybody to think because they've been placed. Yes, I don't expect everybody to think. So, when you have something different from the norm in your area, do not expect that people accept it. It will help
exactly.
you. The issue is that people who come up with very, very outside the box stuff always have something in their subconscious that think people is going to accept it. Hey, forget it, they won't accept it. You wallow more, we pay, you have something different to do, but you now stand on it. You understand? So,
Yeah, like especially when it's the two of you,
yes.
it makes it easier, that kind of thing. So, but
Actually,
what about the hypergamy thing now? So, like,
ah,
because a woman, yeah, this is Juwana. Juwan, can you speak? Can you actually talk?
I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we
Can
can.
you?
Can
All
hear
right.
you.
So, what's the question you want me to talk about in
Hypergamy.
hypergamy?
So, Yonda has actually been engaging us since, and it's been Yonda has been just giving us. I know you heard some of the things. So we are on to the hypergamy thing now. Like, so what do you think in relation to? Because I think we were talking about hierarchy. Yonda, help me out. We're talking about hierarchy and structure. Yes, we're talking about structure. And exactly. So, like, because Yonda was like, to some extent, if man doesn't live by structures, it's not going to help. There's going to be a state of anarchy. Eh? As a good student, there's going to be hula baloo.
You go, hula baloo.
I think she was network. Okay. I think Yonda, you have to continue for us.
Okay. Well, what I would say is, even for the kinds of marriages that I'm hearing today, that is shocking me. They are all structures.
But the thing is, we know there are structures, but you know, when the man is of a lower status.
No, you are going to hypergamy. You are going to the hypergamy side. You are going to the hypergamy. Okay. If we remove the society from the equation,
yeah,
do you think there will be hypergamy?
No.
So do you get? And I think it's just a matter of value.
What do you mean by value?
Value, substantial value. What brings hypergamy is oftentimes is when the things that informs your value, they are faulty.
That's ambiguous. So
yes, actually it's ambiguous, but let me it's ambiguous. Yes, truly ambiguous. You may not have gotten me. All right. I am a lady.
yeah.
And all I'm seeking is a man who is somewhat better than me before I can submit in physical balance, in the balance of material things.
Because that happens a lot, and they advise us. We get the advice that you just make sure you be with someone that is better than you.
Better. Now, it means part of things that the society does is takes away your sense of valuing things deeply. Yes. It takes real work to really learn to see value beyond the physical. It takes real work. Society wants you to do things like, as in, they want to stereotypically make everybody the same. You understand? So, because the few exceptions have made people like me and a few other people realize that some of these general rules flying around are not just it. Yes, some of these you must find, as in, okay, we know the age part is not, has been faulted. We've seen a lot of ladies marry guys that are younger than them.
Now, yes, now it's happening now.
Now let me ask a question. If before every other forms of value comes the biological value, so if a lady can marry a guy who is much younger and respect him, so what on earth will be that thing that can make a marriage work, even if the man seems to be a little lower, even if women can, by virtue of biology, because one of the things that is very, very peculiar to women is biology.
Biology, yes.
Age. So if women can marry guys that are younger, so what on earth can't we compromise for men? What on earth?
But you know, actually, I was actually like, okay, I remember I went to Vision Careers Conference where Gloria Bamloye was ministering one day, and then someone asked that question, that can you marry someone that is, are we allowed to marry someone that is younger? And then Gloria Abamloe said yes, preferred you know that you can submit to the person. It's a personal thing, right? But the truth of the matter is, maybe because of the way the society has built our head to think. Do you understand? Even the marriages I've seen, the woman being older, I'm not encouraged because they are not working.
Ah, no. Okay. I don't want to displace what you've seen. You
I don't
understand? But
know, but I think it's just what me I've seen.
okay, I can't say you've not seen what you've seen. It will be tantamount to a poo. Sorry, but I've seen. Let me. The first marriage my wife now took me to.
Yeah.
You understand? The woman is older than the man, and
Wow.
this year they celebrated 43rd years of marriage,
What?
and the woman is older. And I remember she was telling me when they were going to get married, she bought the first foam. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
She bought the first foam. She rented their first house.
Wow.
You understand? But if this man says, please, let's get this thing done, she rushes to do it because she has chosen to respect him, because she sees beyond the material value in him. That is where
Right.
so that was the value I was talking about the other time. You said it was ambiguous. I hope you now get where I'm going to
I
now.
get,
You
yes, I
understand?
get you now. I get you.
This same man has a few pharmaceutical companies now.
Wow.
They've been
Hmm.
married for 40 years.
Because
All
they,
their
okay, I'm
none
listening.
of none of their children is studying in Nigeria. In fact, there's a particular one that adds about 4 scholarships running, four
At the same
scholarships in
time.
the US at the same time running for her from the same family. She respected him, she honored him, and was ready to support him. And the man, the house we went to is just one of the houses. They built the house in Magodo GRA. You understand?
Wow.
So I was encouraged with that. You understand? So I'm not displacing what you've seen because
Hmm.
what you've seen, but I've seen one that worked.
Other one.
40.
Yeah, I've actually seen some too, but I guess if it's not just gonna work, it won't work. Maybe that's just it.
You
Maybe
understand?
because, yeah, I think I get you now. So, I wanted to ask one question.
Eh,
Yes, thank God. So now there's this saying that they usually say, I want you to talk about it. Now I've heard philosophies or people's point of view. We will soon leave actually, because I know
okay.
that time is fast spent. People's point of view that um you should marry somebody that loves you, but that, like, for the lady in the society now, it's better to marry somebody that loves you much more than you love him. So, what do you think about that statement?
That thing is calm. 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 Love is love. I love you more than you love me. It will just complicate the matter. It will distract you from calm. Love
Wow.
and be loved. Just simple. All this comparison is a thief of joy. You now see that people live. They leave the issue. They leave the subject matter of, okay, how do I find better ways to love this person? They leave
Yeah.
that and start trying to find out if this person loves me more. It's calm. It's
How
calm.
do
It's
I
calm.
find better ways of loving this person and then start looking for if this person loves you more? I remember the first the first session we had for this Let's Talk Masculinity, the guy, BJ, he mentioned that men need to be loved. Because men don't say it often that they need to be loved.
Yes, we need love. Oh.
So
Show
in
me
what way?
love. Oh, baby.
Because now
Show.
the last time, we need to get to the root of this before we go. The last time Yoda, don't go. Oh my God, Yoda's network is going. Wow.
I think you guys have really talked a lot, huh?
Yeah, we are really talking though. We are really talking. I don't know what's
Yeah.
really happening with Yoda's network.
Uh,
But okay, can
let's
you
hope
say
you'll join
something
soon.
about it? I don't know if your network too does. I pray your network does not go. We'll soon leave actually. It's almost 7. Think what do you from anything you've heard, what do you have to say about men being loved? Oh God.
About men being loved. Well,
Yeah,
I would associate it with that misandry that we talked about.
yeah,
You
right.
understand? So if it's about men being loved, are we talking about in the concept of marriage,
In the
relationship,
concept
or
of
generally?
relationship, yeah, relationship marriage. Ah no, my network is yeah. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. But I've really enjoyed myself. It's just the Niger network. The network is shitty. There's nothing we can do about it. But I've really enjoyed myself. Yonder was able to give us back to back to back, back to back to back. Wow. And I enjoyed it actually. I enjoyed every bit of it. I don't know if Juwan is still there. But if not, I'm afraid we might actually answer this question next week. I'll have to ask our other I'll have to ask our other male guest this particular question, but I've really, 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 really learned a lot from this. Gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you. Shout out to Yonda. Shout out to Juwon. Juwon had to be on his way to Lagos, but he was still able to catch up with one or two things. We love you. See you guys next week. Stop.